ask for peanut butter and ham.
The fuck do I do with these?
Crossovers are a proven working formula, from comic books to horror films to comic book horror films. Some things just go together. Video games stumbled upon the magic of crossovers with games like Alien vs. Predator, which actually existed before the movie, and Terminator vs. RoboCop, which actually existed before an overrated web series killed a once entertaining video game site. Some of the most fist-pumping moments in gaming come from characters crossing over. Whether it's that one character being in that one fighting game or those dudes showing up in that one fighting game, but one can only get so excited over seeing Shovel Knight in every other indie game ever. Shovel Knight, I love you, but you're too clingy, I need space. There have been a great many crossovers, but as time and comic book movies show, that novelty does wear thin. So before the novelty fades into the sands of time, these are the crossovers that need to happen in our lifetime. Because I said so.
Also, just to be clear, I'm sticking to video games only. I'm not going to be focusing on any media from other franchises, and also no fighting games, because let's face it, that would be too easy. Trust me. Believe.
I know that being honest is not acceptable in this day and age, but I like Metal Slug more than Contra. I love how much more animated it is. I like the music, the character designs, I like the weapons. Although the spreader is the undisputed best weapon ever. Don't try and argue. So why don't we spread the love by mixing these two together? Combine the difficulty of Contra with the style of Metal Slug and the power-ups. Imagine a thing where you get the laser and then you get the spreader. Oh, the mayhem will be glorious! I mean, it's not like anyone's playing the last Contra game, so it could benefit from this collaboration. But it will never happen because Konami. Speaking of, in the 2000s, Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell were the kings of stealth. Those days are pretty much gone, with Splinter Cell desperately trying to be one of the cool kids. And then there's Konami, who seem very desperate to commit business Sudoku. That being said, it would be nice to see Sam Fisher and Solid Snake collaborate in some way or another. Both series have referenced each other. They were both featured in an overrated web series that killed a once entertaining video game site. So why not make it official? The awesome combination of the tech and the stealth gameplay of both games. Imagine all that. Probably won't happen because Konami is Konami and Ubisoft is Ubisoft, but I think it'd be nice to see these two veterans of the genre sneak into glory before the sun sets on their careers. I need to hire an editor. You know what's really stealthy though? Ninjas. Except these guys. Joe Musashi, Ryu Hayabusa. Do I need to explain why this needs to happen? Yes, everyone likes ninjas. Turtle ninjas, anime ninjas, American ninjas, and whatever this is. Both Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden started off as 2D platformers. Both transitioned into 3D. One was notable for its uncanny ability to destroy controllers across the world. The other faded into the shadows. 'Cause ninjas. I've mentioned before that I like the Shinobi remake and its sequel. They're not perfect, but they're challenging. Ninja Gaiden, on the other hand, would make you want to punch the air. Start off slow, have these two collaborate for a nice 2D romantic dinner, and if it goes well, add that third dimension. 3D is third base. There will be so many broken controllers, you could make the Statue of Liberty complete with its own NES Advantage controller.
Jordy, you fucking idiot! What the fuck? You killed me!
Shinobi is not the only Sega franchise that Sega needs to bring back. They've already done it successfully, without the blue rat. In 2020, Streets of Rage made a triumphant return with Streets of Rage 4. The last game came out in 1994. That's like 1, 2, 3, a long time ago. So where's Final Fight, Capcom? What are you, chicken?
Okay, so I'd like to apologize to all the chickens out there that found my comments offensive. Just for the record, some of my best friends are chickens.
The last one came out in 2006. It stunk. You weren't playing as Cody, you were playing as his brother. Ooh. Capcom seems to be doing alright these days. I'm sure they have the confidence for another entry, even if it means crossing over with a potential rival. Dude, online, where you play with all the characters on screen, boss fights would be a joke. Remember when I said no fighting games?
I lied.
It's surprisingly how enduringly popular P4 remains after it came out in 2008. It was the first in the series to get a rhythm game, and it had a pretty good fighter. If another Persona fighter ever gets made, it needs to have characters from 3 and 5, and, I assume 1 and 2, if those games even exist.
What the hell did you just say?
And if you're thinking that Persona needs to cross over with Blaze Blue, or, Under Night, or, Rowabi, then you're late to the party. It already happened. No. Persona needs something else. Something more unique. Something more bizarre. Look, I know JoJo isn't a game franchise, but just come on, bro. Let me have this, bro. It makes too much sense, bro. Make it 2D, bro. Just like the Capcom game, bro. It'd be awesome, bro. Oh, Sakurai, why must you deny us the chance to have 2 of Hideki Kamiya's most stylish action heroes meet for really realsies? And yes, these 2 have met unofficially, but you got 2 snarky, smart-ass monster hunters that use lots of swords and lots of guns to kill said monsters in the most stylishly absurd way possible. But how do you bring these 2 together, you might foolishly ask? Easy. Some evil force shakes the fabric of existence, or some shit. Dante suspects it's Jubileus, Bayonetta suspects it's Mundus, they enter each other's respective worlds, they fight each other, and at the end, they realize that the villain all along was Crackhead Dante, and they spend the entire boss battle stomping on his dumb face. And it was the best game ever. You know what would be, like, awesome if, like, all the Mega Man games, like, got together, like Sonic Generations, except it would be, like, Mega Man Generations. After you have all the Mega Mans get their time in the shade, you know, you get a Zero crossover game, because, like, Zero's even cooler than Mega Man, not even memeing. Zombies! Dinosaurs. Zombie dinosaurs. Sounds like a job for Jill Valentine and Regina, insert last name here, baby. Also, make a Dino Crisis game in the style of the RE1 remake. Have Regina, Jill, Dylan, and Chris take on Albert Wesker riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And Mr. X will be replaced with a Utah Raptor in a fedora. Also, be sure to make it featherless and to make it human-sized to piss off people on the internet. And the secret ending will have a portal to the demon realm where Samanosuke jumps out and sucks up Wesker's soul. Don't tell me you wouldn't buy that. I pre-ordered this game before it existed. When Insomniac was developing Ratchet & Clank, Naughty Dog, who was like right beside them, were like, yo, we're a good game company. We haven't flushed our reputation down the toilet yet, so here, use our game engine for your game engine. And Insomniac was like, wow. The PS2 was blessed to have a good amount of platformers, and it's funny how 2 of them featured a pair of talking anthropomorphic non-human characters. While Ratchet & Clank focused on blowing up everything type gameplay, Jak and Daxter focused on exploration and collecting stuff. It did introduce some gameplay in the sequel, as well as a lot of vehicular mayhem. Imagine Jak using the Rhino, or Ratchet using light and dark powers. Whew. I'm getting hot and bothered just thinking about it. Have these 2 crossed paths. It'd be awesome! But really, I just want my Kira Clank fanfiction to finally be canon. Honorable mentions. StarCraft and Warcraft! Why hasn't this happened before? I mean, I know Blizzard is Blizzard. Oh wait, I just answered my own question. Sony games. But Chris, that's so broad. What do you mean by Sony games? I mean, think about it. It'd be pretty easy to do crossovers for all of them. I mean, they all look and play the same anyway. Assuming you'll even be playing them. When new trends are created, some will rise to the top and stay at the top, while the rest stay at the bottom. You know, if they're into that sort of thing. In the 90s, everyone wanted their own Sonic or Mario. In the early 2000s, people wanted their own Jak or Ratchet. Some mascots died too soon, some were better off died, and some should have stayed died but came back because YouTubers knew they make for easy views. You wanna know why Bubsy came back? I blame you, John Jafari, if that's even your real name. And since everyone's jumping on the Smash Bros. Train, 2 decades later, let's take all these dead mascots and have them beat the pulp out of each other. Earthworm Jim, Radical Rex, Cameo, Rascal, Tomba, Boogerman, Jazz Jackrabbit, Punky Skunk, Arrow the Acrobat, iNinja, Vex, Oscar, Croc, Awesome Possum, Jersey Devil, Blasto, Dizzy, Blinks, Gex, the Cheetahman, and Boobsy. And it turns out, the final boss is none other than Sonic himself, who decided to secretly hold this tournament where all these mascots kill each other so that he can retain his number 2 spot in the mascot pantheon. For one day, the throne will be his once more.
Like that.